Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cuckoo. My name is Nay. That's what you can call me. A lot of people call me crazy, but I always know what time it is. And now is the time to speak up. Now, I am from Pennsylvania. This is the first video that I'm making for YouTube. And it's in regards to Los Angeles out in California. And it's not about the fires. It's probably not what you think it is. I was on YouTube yesterday and I saw a video from somebody who I subscribe to about um, something in regards to Google Maps, an image that they had seen. It was a disturbing image, and that's what I want to talk about today. And then later on throughout the day, I saw someone else who I subscribed to had a video pop up, and it was about the same topic. Outside of those two people, I have not seen anything come of this. I have not heard any other talk about it. Um, and so we're going to jump in so you can see what it is that I'm talking about. Now, I have a new YouTube channel, so my video has to be pretty short. So this is going to be part one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do a part one and a part two. I tried doing another recording, and I just could not get it under the timeline of 15 minutes for the video. So please forgive me for that in advance. I want to first give credit to the first two people who I saw with this topic, okay? The first is Dabu7. That's the channel that he usually has. What am I doing here? I've never used these programs before, so this is new for me. So Surviving End Times is the channel that he had it on. He has more than one channel. So that's Dabu7. I saw it from him first, and then I saw it later on from Static in the Attic. I respect both of these content creators, each in their own capacity. Static in the Attic, his research is top line. Hands down, very few, in my opinion, who do better research than he does. And Dabu7 is really good about connecting with people and networking throughout the United States, and is very passionate and timely in his reporting that he does. So each in their capacity, I have great respect for both of them. Now, as you can see on the screen, what you're looking at here is actually a Google Maps image. Okay, so we're going to jump to it. I'm going to jump to Google Maps. This is mine, but I'm going to back out. Let me put a little marker there. Okay. This is Los Angeles, as you see, right? I'll back out. See? California. And now let's zoom in so you can see what I saw that bothered me so greatly. Okay. Now here at this Highway 101, it's also called San Bernardino Freeway, okay? Straight up from this marker of 101, you're going to have this patch of like dirt and sand, it looks like. And that's where all of this writing is. Look how pronounced that is, how intense that is to see that on Google Maps. Now you might say, well, it's an old image. But Dabu7 was able to connect with somebody who went to this location physically, and they were down on ground level, and they took the video yesterday or the day before, within the last 2 days, and you could see all these words where it said help scrawled out on the ground. You could see it's there. It is actually there, and it is currently there. So regardless of when the imagery was taken for Google Maps, it's still in fact there right now. And then Static in the Attic took a step further, and he actually called the LAPD to inquire about this. And in my personal opinion, they gave him the brush off. They didn't really seem to care, or the conversation was very short. They told him outright, well, Google Maps, that's not up to date and it's years old. Regardless, though, why would that be your answer rather than saying, this is something we took care of previously, everything is okay? That's not the response they gave. They gave the response that it's outdated information. And that seems very akin to gaslighting to me. So let's look at this a little more closely. You're welcome to go. I showed you exactly where it was when I saw it on Dabu7's channel and then Static in the Attic's channel. I was actually able to find this on Google Maps pretty easily, and I'm terrible with directions and I'm terrible with maps. So if I can find it, you can find it. So let's take a look. Here it says help. This looks like it's done in like those gigantic black tubes that you see at construction sites. And I think that's what they might say this is, a construction site. I mean, we have some equipment over here. I don't know what that is. A gigantic hole that goes into the ground. And there's another one of those up here. I mean, could that be to build infrastructure? Maybe. I don't know anything about construction. I'm just going to tell you point blank, other than making a sandcastle. So I couldn't tell you. But obviously it says help. That's enormous. Then you have smaller ones actually scrawled into the sand. These look old. See how they're like eroded and disappearing. So how many layers of help are actually written out here? I mean, this looks like this was probably words at one point over here. You see where I'm circling it? That looks like that was probably something. This looks like it was probably something in here. I mean, we have distinct lines, like outlines of something. Here again it says help. Here it says tráfico. It says something underneath it. Kind of looks like a name maybe. But I don't know. It might say human, actually. Ooh. Up here it actually says LAPD. Do you see that? And I'm not sure, but I think this might say Corrupto. Corrupto LAPD, if they go together. And up here it says federal. This right here looks like HEL, and it's missing maybe the letter. Maybe somebody was interrupted in making it. Here in the middle of this area, where it would be, if you were down on the ground, it would be hard to see what somebody's doing in there. More words here. I'm not sure what it says. Terrorismo, perhaps. Dos is really obvious. Don't know what the word is underneath it. I'm not sure. This says something. See, again, we have words that have been tracked over and eroded away. Here's some more. And it's predominantly on this side. Over here where it's open, I'm not really seeing any of it. Okay. So that really disturbed me in my soul. I just have to pause for a second. It really disturbed me. Now you say, now, what kind of like landscape are we dealing with here? This looks like it's under the guise of, or maybe not a guise, maybe it's really a construction site. But perhaps the guise of a construction site is have their, their equipment parked there. I don't know. Surrounded by highways, so people would just be driving away, driving around. It does have a fence around, and the person who, Dabu7 had connected with, in their video, it showed barbed wire fence all the way around. And the barbed wire fence was positioned in a way that it seemed like it was trying to keep people in rather than keeping them out, which is very bizarre. That's weird. Why have the barbed wire fence around a construction site to keep people in? That's alarming. Um, I also think it's interesting. Predominantly, help is it's all written in English, which is a very simple English word to write and to understand. Anyone who's learned another language, help, to help, these you learn this word. This is one of the first words that you learn, probably as far as verbs go. It's probably like one of the first 20 verbs that you learn, maybe even one of the first 10 verbs that you learn, because if you go somewhere in another country, you need to be able to express yourself. Will you help me, please? Right? So the word help is everywhere, but the more complex words seem to be in Spanish. Um, what other observations do I have here? So it's surrounded by highway. My guess is this area is probably pretty dark. I don't know, but if you've ever driven a highway, you know that a lot of highways actually, the highway, actually a lot of, I see, I don't know, Pennsylvania is different because we do have a lot of highways that just don't have a whole lot of lighting. Our roads are terrible in Pennsylvania, and we also have just a lot of backwoods areas. Our woods here, our forestry is very dense. We have a lot of thickets and a lot of thorns and stuff like that. Um, so our highways can be black, just like black night all around. So California, I don't know, maybe it's different, but I would suspect that this is probably a very poorly lit area at night. Over here, you might wonder, gee, what is this conglomeration of metallic looking objects? It's a junkyard. A place that anyone, anything could hide in there. People could be shuffled through there. You have no idea. I mean, I'm just trying to be realistic here and logical. On the other side, you have the train station. Bada bing, bada boom. Look. So you have mass transit there, large parking lots, um, just surrounded by highway and a barbed wire fence and a junkyard. It's suspicious. I mean, that's all outside of the help being scrawled all in the dirt by what looks like probably people's feet and the objects that are laying around there. So it's pretty wild. My timer's about to go off here, so that means I have to wrap up part one, but I will be back with this so we can discuss this further. All right. May the Lord be with all of you, and take care.